Ah, the fall season has arrived. The leaves are finally changing and the pumpkin spice lattes are available at Starbucks. So when you finally go outside, breathe the fresh air of the earth, and walk down the street to your favorite Starbucks to get that pumpkin spice latte, you can finally head back inside and watch the anime, which is what everyone actually cares about. And the fall lineup is looking pretty decent so far, I would say. But I mean, let's be real, the only show that everyone really cares about is Demon Slayer. But what is this? Demon Slayer episode 1 through 7 is redoing the movie? Cool, I guess. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the movie, but when you have 24 episodes in a season and 7 of them are content you've already seen, it's kinda disappointing. This is how manga readers must feel when their favorite manga doesn't get adapted well. But as anime fans, we're used to getting disappointed. And on the other hand, it ends up being not that bad because they can only put so much content into a movie. So probably the seasons will get to flush it out a little bit more and we'll get more of the story. So in the end, it will probably be better so that people don't have to watch the movie. I can't imagine having a series where we'd have to watch season one, then a movie, then season two, then another movie, then another movie, then season three, or it goes something like that. It would just be a whole mess. So just redoing the entire movie for season two isn't that bad of an idea. But the second show I think people are most excited for is most likely Mushoku Tensei. Honestly, the show kind of came out of the woodworks in winter 2021. Just another isekai. I didn't think much about it, but then I watched it and I was like, whoa, the story is actually really good. And it has one of the most relatable characters out of any other show, just the G-Gen who stays inside and watches anime all day. He's also living what all of us can only dream of is dying and get transporting to an isekai world. So if season 2 is anything like season 1, I'm sure it would be one of the greatest shows of the year. Another good show that's getting a second season is 86, and the first season came out in spring, so they're just pumping shows out this year. Now, Mushoku Tensei and 86 both have a second season in the same year. That's pretty impressive. Yet, we've been in the No Game No Life Season 2 waiting room for 7 years now. Now, I haven't seen the first season of this show, but it definitely has a high priority on the mountain I call a plan to watch list. Overall, I've only heard great things about the show, and it also did everything that Darling in the Franxx couldn't do. But it doesn't have a waifu like Zero 2, so I'm gonna have to knock it off a couple points. But now finally we are getting the anime adaptation we have always wanted. And the r/anime memes community is ecstatic right now because I've seen them obsess over this girl for years. And this show is about the lovely Komi-san who cannot communicate. So this show is about how she has social anxiety and cannot communicate. I may give it a watch. She seems to be a really relatable character to most of us, but I'll put it on my plan to watch list. We'll see what happens. Another show that looks like it could be pretty interesting is My Senpai is Annoying. Could be a good comedy slash good slice of life show. Now if I had to guess the main plot point and save you 12 episodes of watching, it's two characters, they don't like each other, he's annoying, they end up falling in love with each other, they get married, they have kids, and it's a spin-off. So I'll see you guys in a couple years when the spin-off happens. Probably be called something like My Senpai is Still Annoying, but now we have kids with an extremely long title. And speaking of long titles, it would not be anime if this season didn't have an extremely long title that's hard to read and no one really cares about. Just another isekai. I mean, it may be good, it may not be good. They could have the title of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime and end up being one of the greatest shows there is, but it could also not be. We'll have to see. Now the show I'm probably third excited for after Mushoku Tensei and Demon Slayer would have to be World's End Harem, for obvious reasons. I saw the trailer for The Last Man, which is just the animated version of this show. I mean, the guy's just living the male fantasy of having every girl to choose in the world. And this story truly puts to the test what Stacy said back in high school. I wouldn't date you even if you were the last person on Earth. Well, guess what? I'm the last male on Earth, and I'm the main character. So now what? Now going from an absolute dream to a nightmare where you see monsters everywhere you go, we have Mieruko-chan. I could actually see this show being really good if done well. So you got a little bit of Jujutsu Kaisen maybe with the spirits and Ancient Magus Bride where she's the only one who can see the spirits and then can put her in a really tough situation. I could see this playing out in a couple of ways where she sees the spirits, someone helps her out, or she sees the spirits, no one helps her out, and she dies. But if that show's a little bit too spooky for you, you have a show that would be airing to the end of time, and that is One Piece. It's still airing in case you guys didn't know. So these are just some of the shows I thought would be good for the fall 2021 season, but let's be honest, your plan to watch list is already so long, so you're not going to get around to most of them. So this is just some of them that may be good. I'm sure I missed some, but you guys can let me know in the comments below.